turnips, 2 pence a bunch.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The year is 1702, and what you're looking at right now, this is all of New York City. All of it.
That's right. No skyscrapers, no Brooklyn Bridge, no Brooklyn for that matter. If I wanted to walk from one end of the city to the other, it would probably take me about 15 minutes. No cap. That being said, I'm your narrative host for today, and with the help of our time travel agents, I'll be taking you on a walking tour of New York in the 1700s. Trust me, you won't recognize much. Alright, so let's start with some perspective. The entire population of New York right now is about 5,000 people, smaller than most modern high schools. London has over 600,000 people. Boston has about 7,000. New York is tiny. The city extends from here, the Battery, where that fort protects the harbor, all the way up to that wooden wall you can barely see in the distance. That's Wall Street. And yes, the name is literal. That's an actual wooden wall built to protect against attacks. These streets have names you'd recognize, though it's just a wide dirt path right now. For example, Pearl Street, named after oyster shells from the shore, and Stone Street, one of the only paved roads in the entire city. And most of the streets are covered in pure mud. After it rains, you're ankle deep in it.
I'm learning that the hard way.
Invest in some good boots next time you're on a trip like this. I will probably link to one in the description. Let's move on.
Let's head to the harbor, the real heart of New York. But first, quick pause. Check out my drip. Be honest. Rate it in the comments. So these merchant vessels come from England, the Caribbean, West Africa, and the Dutch Republic. They're trading furs, beaver pelts are a huge business right now. Timber, grain, flour, and enslaved people. This is uncomfortable, but it's the truth we need to talk about. New York in 1702 is a slave city. There's a slave market at Wall Street, and about 40% of households own enslaved Africans.
Heave ho, men! Get this crate aboard! Watch your footing on the plank!
The wealth you see here, the brick houses, the merchant ships, the imported goods, much of it is built on slavery and the fur trade.
But there's also something equally fascinating. You hear that? Dutch, English, French, German, African languages. New York in 1702 is one of the most diverse cities in British America. Unlike Puritan Boston or Quaker Philadelphia, New York doesn't really care what language you speak or what church you attend. As long as you can do business, you're welcome.
Get these barrels unloaded before the tide turns.
Yes, Captain. We're moving as fast as we can.
Let's take a look at how people actually live here, looking at the buildings. Steep roofing, small windows, brick construction. This is all on the expensive side, by the way. Majority of the houses are wooden. The style, distinctly Dutch. Even though the English took over in 1664, 38 years ago, you can still see the Dutch influence everywhere. Inside these homes, life is simple. Most families live in 1 or 2 rooms. No running water, obviously. No electricity. If you need water, there's a well or public pump in the back. People throw waste into the street, which is why walking around 1702 New York is fragrant, to say the least. Daily life revolves around work. Men might be merchants, dock workers, craftsmen, blacksmiths, carpenters, bakers. Women manage households, which is exhausting. Cooking over open fires, making clothes by hand, raising children, tending gardens. And when people want to relax, they go here, the tavern. This is where news spreads, Deals are made and beer flows freely. Coffee and tea exist, but they're expensive. Beer is the drink of choice, even for children, because the water isn't always safe.
Now, let's talk about power. This is one of the most important buildings in the city. The Church of England is the official religion of New York. But here's the thing, New Yorkers don't really enforce it. There are Dutch Reformed churches, French Huguenot congregations, Quakers, even a small Jewish community. Religious tolerance here isn't about idealism, it's about business. If you chase away people because of their religion, you chase away their money. And speaking of power, Fort George, the seat of British colonial authority. Inside, the royal governor lives. He's appointed by the King of England. He controls trade regulations, land grants, military defense, tax collection. But here's the fascinating part. Even though this is a British colony, most people here feel more loyal to their wallets than to the crown. If the governor restricts trade or raises taxes too much, the merchants push back hard. New York is pragmatic, business-minded, a little rebellious. It's not hard to see how, 75 years from now, this city will help start a revolution.
Let's walk to the edge of civilization. Here it is, Wall Street. This was built in 1653 by the Dutch to protect against attacks. It's old, rotting in places, but still standing. Everything on the other side, that's the frontier. Farms, forests, Native American territories. The Lenape people, the original inhabitants of Manhattan, still live in the surrounding areas. Relations are complicated. There's trade, there's tension, sometimes there's violence. For most New Yorkers, the world beyond this wall is dangerous. But inside the wall, you're protected. You're part of something. Even if that something is a muddy, crowded, smelly little port town. Let's end where New York really comes alive. The market. This is where everything converges. Farmers bringing produce from outside the wall, merchants selling imported goods from Europe, craftsmen hawking their wares, enslaved people being forced to work, immigrants speaking a dozen languages. If you truly wanted to understand New York in one place, this is it. Chaotic, diverse, enterprising, deeply unequal.
These pots are worth a fair price, I assure you.
I require a sturdy mallet for my trade. Mussels, a shilling a dozen.
In the 1700s, New York is not the center of the world. It's not even the most important city in America, but it's got something, an energy, an ambition, a willingness to make a deal with anyone. Over the next century, this little port town will survive wars, fires, and revolutions. And eventually, it'll become the city you know today. But for now, it's just 5,000 people, a wooden wall, and a whole lot of mud. Welcome to 1700s New York. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next era.